repot my banana tree, which isn't dying but isn't the happiest either. When I first bought it, I repotted it in a pot that was the same size, if not smaller, than the nursery pot it came in. But I thought bananas are known for being hardy, unkillable trees. Fun fact, they're not actually trees, but a type of herb. The plant kept putting out new leaves, but they were really small, as if it wasn't growing. So I think it needs to size up. I really like these plastic self-watering pots that I get from Target, as they're inexpensive and come in lots of different sizes and colors. I'm finally starting to coordinate my plant pots not to look completely random. I used an organic potting and raised bed soil that has natural fertilizer amendments built in to help with healthy, natural growth. When pouring it out of a bag, I always fluff the soil up, breaking apart any lumps and clumps, and just helping with general aeration. A lot of times I will also add amendments such as perlite, vermiculite, orchid bark. These also help with aeration and to help avoid root rot. But this soil mix was pretty good, so I just used it straight out of the bag. I also have some Tradescantia pieces and a succulent planted in here, so I was careful when removing this plant from its pot. This tree was an impulse buy from Costco about a year ago. Now, Costco isn't really the best for buying healthy plants, but I've always had a soft spot for ornamental bananas and really any tropical foliage, and it looked really good at the time. So I'm hoping to get it back to being big and shiny. Because these Target pots have a false bottom to allow bottom watering and to help with drainage, the planting area is a little bit smaller than it appears. I wasn't sure if this plant was root bound, but I knew it probably would like a bump up in pot size. One piece of advice about repotting is you should always move pot sizes up incrementally. This will help prevent the plant from going into any shock. As it turned out, this plant wasn't root bound at all, so I only gently dealt with the roots. I didn't bother cutting any back or fluffing them out too much. Now, these plants are meant to be really tough, so I'm sure it would have been fine to wiggle them around a bit to encourage movement into a larger pot. I ended up needing even more soil, which is a good thing. I want to make sure the roots have a lot of room to move around. I gently placed the banana and Tradescantia plants back into the pot, giving the edges a little fluff, and then added more new soil around the edges. I ran out of my first bag of soil, so I added some more potting soil. Potting soil tends to hold moisture a bit longer than garden or raised bed soil, so it seemed like a good option for the banana, which is more of a tropical weather plant and can handle a little more soil moisture. It turned out really well, and now it's surprising that it fit into the smaller pot at all. I trimmed off the older, dried out leaves to make it look a little bit nicer, and it looks really great. Hopefully now it will start growing taller and with longer leaves. And that's it. If you have any questions about repotting plants, plant care, and plant health, please put them in the comments. I'll do my best to help you out. Don't forget, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, and of course, subscribe.